What's going on, YouTube? My name is Ryan Henderson. I just got a new poem that I want to do here today. I like to write poetry from time to time, so I just came up with this new one called "I Cry." So I hope you all like it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know, share how you felt about it. And so here it goes. Like I said, it's called "I Cry." I cry, but nobody knows why. I cry deep inside and silently. But on the outside, I pretend that everything is fine. I'm shining on the outside, but on the inside, I'm secretly and silently crying. I cry because as a young boy, my mama told me to stop all that crying before I give you something to cry about. Stop all that pouting. I slowly dry my eyes and my long, loud cries turned into quiet, short sniffles. I hold my cries inside, kept silent and quiet. I cry because as a young teenager, I dare not cry in front of my homies and friends. I dare not let any ounce of emotion show. Growing up in the hood, you were supposed to be rough, you were supposed to be tough. On my exterior, I dare not show any emotion, just held up within my interior. Because if you cry, you were a punk pussy, nothing but a sissy. If you cry, you were too sensitive, and a man ain't supposed to be that way. Growing up in the 80s, you had to be strong and macho like Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, being tough and blowing up stuff. Then in the 90s, gangster music started to take place and take effect on the youth of my generation. So being a gangster was a thing to be. Being a pimp, player, hustler, and drug dealer. That's what will ring loud in my ears. I hear cars ride by with subwoofers and loudspeakers. A lot of my friends emulated their favorite gangster rapper. I hid all my emotions deep inside so no one could see. I cried deep inside and silently so I wouldn't appear to be weak. Back then, all the girls wanted was older men. They loved the thugs who were the biggest drug dealers with dope cars and 20-inch rims. I did not show any emotion for appearing to be punk and appearing to be weak. I learned to keep all my emotions to myself. I went to my room and closed the bedroom door and let all of the emotions I've been holding on to for so long. Nobody could hear or see me cry. The tears I've been sucking up flowing from my eyes. Before I go out into the world, I dry my eyes and pretend everything is fine. As a man, I cry because as a young boy and a young teenage man, I was always taught to be strong and never cry, so I cry all alone. I cry because at times it seems as though nobody really understands me. Nobody really knows the inner and daily struggles that I go through. I cry because who do I really go to when I need a shoulder to cry on? I cry because I don't know how much longer I can hold my emotions deep inside. I cry because when somebody asks how I'm doing, I feel like it's a general statement that everyone says, but no one really means it. It seems they are just going through the motions and speaking in general terms. But if I tell you the truth about how I'm really feeling, will you stand there and listen? Will you lend me your ear without any judgment? Do you really care, or are you just going to stare at me with a side eye and glare at me with a blank look in your face? Or are you just asking just to be asking to start up a conversation with no true intentions about how I'm really feeling? I cry because as long as I agree with everything you say, everything is okay. I cry because as long as I'm giving you what you want, you my friend and want me around. But as soon as I disagree with you, you have a difference of opinion, our friendship starts to go south and sour. You're no longer interested and start to distance yourself away from me. I cry because as soon as I have my own thoughts, opinions, and feelings, you start throwing tantrums and fits and start to lay guilt trips on me. I cry because as soon as I start standing up for myself and demanding my respect, you no longer have any use for me since I will not allow you to verbally and mentally abuse me. I'm tempted to make me feel less of a man because I told you no, that I'm no longer your emotional punching bag. Then you start to drag my name in the mud, calling me everyone but the one my mother gave me. I cry because the only love I've ever known is from the love of my mother. As a shy, timid kid and a young man, gaining interest in women was somewhat limited. I suffered through some mental and verbal abuse. All they wanted to do was use me for what I could do for them and care nothing for me personally. Constantly accused of being a liar and cheater because that's what kind of man that women were used to getting. I never received the love of a woman, at least not until recently. Because of my past mistakes with women, I never knew how to receive love, let alone give it. It's crazy because my past failures with women blinded me to the love of a woman who truly cared about and adored me. To me, they all were one-sided and all about giving without me getting nothing back in return. So I had doubts about what true love really was. Being burned way too many times, I decided to never even try to have love. I cried because I distanced myself from it and insisted that would have never happened for me. I resisted all offenses of love in any form of a committed relationship. Love is something only I would see in Walt Disney fairy tale movies. The young, handsome prince rescuing and saving the princess. That then came to my senses and realized she's nothing like the women I realized that she's nothing like the woman of my past. I learned how to love and care for her the same way she does for me. To think I almost lost her because of my past and selfish ways. It's amazing how this beautiful woman could care for me, and I finally have someone at last. I cry because I'm sick and tired of crying. I cry because I heard from my favorite motivational speaker, Eric Thomas, say, "Don't cry to give up, cry to keep going." Try to keep hope. Try to keep holding on. Try to get stronger. I cry not because I'm weak and hopeless. I cry because I know that I have unaccomplished goals and dreams I need to achieve and finish. I cry because I will no longer be defeated. I cry because my mind, soul, and spirit and self-worth will no longer be diminished. Now I cry because of the belief and confidence I have in myself. I cry not because I'm weak, but because I'm not. So that's it. That's my poem for today called I Cry. So if you like that poem, just share it, like it, comment, let me know what your thoughts and feelings, and let me know if it evoked any emotions in you. I like to do poetry from time to time, so I'll be uploading another one soon. I got several I wrote in the past, so trying to bring them all out, bring them all up. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button and be sure to check out for my next video. And thanks for watching. Have a good night.